proud moment for me. A heart lung transplant patient sitting on stage, looking normally and having a normal life. So I really appreciate all of you for having a second lease of life. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your life very carefully, and then try to be an example for all of the other society that you mean how organ donation can change the quality of life. So at the same time, I would also like to thank or acknowledge all the donor families, only because of which these people are sitting here and having a normal, enjoying a normal life. So please, a big round of applause to them, though they are not here. So I would really all of you to please acknowledge them. So as I say, we can't put both of them, donor and recipient, in the same platform, but I would really, enjoy, calling them here and then felicitating them as well. So of course, we have another donor felicitation program exclusively for the donor families. So now I just want to, acknowledge them in the same platform in front of all of you. So that's one part of it. The second one, thank the Yashoda group of management for taking, the lead in the organ transplantation program. So we have been, it's been a decade now, so we have traveled together, all the hospitals, the patients, the media person. I think we have been traveling for a decade now. We have seen all how the Jeevandan program has grown up and taken several milestones. We have reached several milestones. I think now we are one of the leading program in the entire country, something like a best model for the rest of the states to follow. We did have difficulties. Now I think we have reached a point where everybody has realized the importance of organ donation, including the government, including the hospitals, including the public, and then the medical fraternity. Everybody have realized the importance of organ donation. I can remember the initial days when hospitals were reluctant, the public were reluctant, the doctors were reluctant, and they said that it's not going to happen in India. Because there's so much of diversity, so much of religious beliefs. But mind you, our religious says, it is in favor of organ donation. We have so many examples in our literature, in our mythology, Hindu mythology, right from the Dadichi, where he had donated his the vertebral column, to Vibi Chakravarti, to Lord Vinayaka, which is a favorite god of everybody, and we celebrate with a very, Dhum Dham se manate hain, Vinayaka Chavti. So that's recently, last 2 months back, we have heard about the xenotransplantation. The pig, the kidneys and the heart were taken into a transplant to the human being. But we have in our mythology examples of xenotransplantation, not the centuries, it's been a yugas. And you know what is the yuga? How many years the yuga consists of? It is 4 lakhs years. So that's how our cultures, is an example for the transplantation. But unfortunately, now we look at the Western country, Western literature. We look at the US and the UK and then Spain, and they say that they are number 1 in organ transplantation. But I think we are, the number 1 in organ transplantation. Somehow, we have missed that connection. I'm trying to reconnect it again, recall the whole, the previous our literature, and then trying to, put it in the scientific way of performing the organ transplantation. Now coming to my own journey in Jeevandan, so I've seen a lot of difficulties and milestones, but somehow we have overcome all that, and now we are the number 1. Initially, we started our journey in 2012 with identifying the protocols, forming the protocols, guidelines, and sensitizing the hospitals and asking them to register and providing the license. That was the initial part. The second part, the challenge was the organ allocation. I think that's most sensitive part of the whole entire program. And that's, I can say, the strength of the program, because we have a unique system of online allocation, organ allocation policy, which is very transparent, unbiased. So, and in fact, that has been adapted by the other states, adjacent states as well, including the Kerala, Karnataka, Gujarat, the Bhubaneswar. So 5-6 states they have adopted us. So there's a huge gap between the organ requirement and an organ availability of organ donors. So everybody is like, they are wanting to have the organs, but then we should have a scientific, we should have some protocols to allocate these organs, and that should be very transparent. So that's how we have succeeded to develop an online organ allocation policy through a web portal called Jeevandan. So you can just see our portal, jeevandan.gov.in. And NIC has developed our portal, and we have been succeeded in that, and it's very clear. We have not yielded to any of the pressures or any of the political influence or any of their pressures. I think that's our great strength, and we are still continue to have that strength in our system. The third thing I would like to say, initially when I took, one of the challenge was like, it should be only people who are rich will be benefited, not in the people who are in the government. But mind you, people are getting transplanted even in the government hospital. And now all three hospitals, Usmania, Gandhi and NIMS, they are doing organ transplantation, including the liver, lung and the heart transplantations. Of course, we are doing kidney transplantation for so long, but now we have started doing even the heart and lung transplantation as well with the success rate. And we have so far done around 400 transplantations, various organ transplantation in all the three government hospitals. And this is again an achievement. And this is not happening in any of the government hospitals across the country. And all this again, it was said that it will be available to only rich because it costs some lakhs of rupees. So all these transplantations are being available to a common man with a free of cost under the Arogyasri program. So all these transplantations are being covered in the Arogyasri program under free of cost. So it's available to a common man in our state. So I would like to thank the government for this, because it is a government, Jeevandan is a government platform, and we are trying to provide whatever is best possible from the government to make the transplantation, which is supposed to be a very sophisticated, not happening in government hospital, not available to the common man. All is being, barriers, we have crossed those barriers, it's available even to a common man. So that's what I wanted to tell you. And the third most important point is the coordinators. So the strength of this program is the transplant coordinators, because they are in the forefront. They need to, they counsel the family members. There is no structured program anywhere across the country for the training of the transplant coordinators or what they call the course curriculum in any of the universities. So we are trying to train them, and we are trying to train all the coordinators across all the hospitals, so that there is a uniform approach and there is a professionalism in approaching them, so that the donation conversion rate has increased. And the fourth dimension, I will call the fourth pillar, is the public, because public is the one who has to come forward for the donation. Unless the public are aware of the organ donations, so it's very difficult for any of the coordinators or any of the hospital to counsel them at the time of organ donation. So when I would say the public participation is also very, very, very important, and it is all our responsibility to increase the awareness about the organ donation in the public. And I think all of us should join hands. It doesn't happen overnight. Over the past 10 years, we have witnessed the changing the attitude of the public toward the organ donation. Initially, we have seen public, they become so violent, and they've started fighting in the hospitals, and then they started doubting the hospital management. But now see, they coming forward. Now I got a call from the family member saying that my patient is in so and so hospital. He I think he's a brain dead. Before doctors call them a brain dead, patient family members only start calling us that I think it's a brain dead, we want to donate the organ. Or otherwise I get a calls from the family member saying that my patient is dead, we are at home and we want to donate the organ. So that is the changing attitude of the public towards the organ donation. More people are coming forward for organ donation. I really am happy to see this change, but as I said, it is a continuous process. There's a lot more to go, because there's a huge gap between the organ donation and the requirement. So I really once again thank all the recipients for having a successful transplantation and then living a normal life. I once again thank the donor families, and I hope more and more families come forward. In fact, they're not sacrificing. Pavan sir said there's something we have to sacrifice. I say it is also an opportunity, because these people have got the opportunity to take the organs. So everybody will not get an opportunity to give their organs. That's also an opportunity given by the God, because we have used all those resources. We have lived with those organs happily throughout the life, enjoy those organs. We are asking for the organ donation only after your death, when your body no more needs those organs. Even Bhagavad Gita says, like in one of the shloka, it has to be recycled. Your body, and this means, it's like clothes we wear. Something like once it is worn out, we throw out the clothes. Body, soul also, it throws out the body and get into a newborn baby with a fresh body. So that's how the organs can be recycled. So everyone will not get that opportunity, and you have enjoyed enough that organs or whatever your body parts. So whenever you have the opportunity, please do come forward. In fact, you are depleting your karmas. If you believe in what is called the Bhagavad Gita, the karma, you carry your karma. In fact, you are depleting all your karmas in the earth, and when you go to heaven, you will get a better position. So during at death also, you are trying to have some bargain out of organ donation. So you look at that angle. Don't think that you are once you feel sacrificing, you feel like it's like somehow it's painful that we are giving sacrifice, isn't it, sir? So look at it in a way that it's benefiting you because if you go to heaven, you get a better place or a better janma in next position if you believe in all karmas and rebirths and all those things. And thank you very much. And I believe, as I said, we have crossed the 1,000 mark, and there are so many milestones to go forward. And with this cooperation from everybody, from all the hospitals, and then the public, and then the patients, and then the government, so I think we can reach heights, and we can actually show the world that we are no less than the Western countries. Thank you very much.